Good morning. I'm Jerry. Just here sharing some things in the Bible and some things about the Bible with you. My whole desire is that whet your appetite enough that you actually want to go and start reading it yourself and studying it yourself. I think you'll find it a fascinating journey. Yesterday, I spoke a little bit about the different translations of the Bible. I remember finding it really fascinating, the fact that you had all these variations that you could look at and read. One of the things you're going to find, and then I use the example of kids playing that telephone game, is that as things get passed along or translated or retranslated, if you would, sometimes it can get watered down, and you got to be real careful of that. And so, anyway, I want to talk about this tool that you can use that can help you with that. Now, when you first start reading the Bible, the King James might be a little too difficult for you. I don't know. For me, it didn't take long for that Old English to just kind of click in my head, and it wasn't really an issue. Though there were times I would read things and I would have to think, and basically would have to guess, like, I hope I'm understanding this correctly, because some of their expressions and phrasings are different than what we use today. So what can we do about all this? There's different translations. Some of the newer ones you might find easier to read and understand. Now, do I want you to go out and spend a ton of money on materials? No, you don't need to. I would think you'd find it a blessing to have one or two copies of the Bible, physically. But this tool I want to talk about, it's called the Sword Project. It's open source, so it's free. And there's many, many, many modules that you can download also for free. And they attach to it, if you would, or plug into it. And so what's the sword? The sword's a framework. You kind of think of framework like the old broadcasting, like your ABC, your NBC. It's where you go to see your shows, all right, and go to find your shows. But NBC isn't actually a show; it's a framework for shows. Well, the sword is a framework for your modules, for your different texts, your dictionaries, commentaries, things like that. So now there are some that you have to pay for. I never have, so you may not need it. You may not find it necessary. If you get really, really deep into it, you might want those materials. It's up to you, personal choice. But so the framework, like I said, it has these modules. Let's go back to the framework. It's written in such a way that it works cross-platform, so you can run it on your PC, you can run it on an Apple or Linux, and it works real good. And like I said, you have these modules. So say, for example, if you want a copy of the King James Version, download that module. If you want a copy of the NIV, you can download that translation of it. And here's the beauty of it, is you can configure that framework however you want it to be. Meaning, you can just look at one module at a time, but where you'll really get the magic out of this framework is that you can look at multiple versions or modules at one time, and you can sync them so that if you're looking at a particular chapter and book and passage, you can look at it across the various translations. Now, what's a little scary, really, or odd, or I don't know, is that sometimes you're going to look and they're really close. You're like, well, okay, it is what it is. Sometimes you're going to look and you're like, wow, these other translations are a lot different from the King James. King James kind of being like the benchmark, really. There's older texts and such, but anyhow, you get the idea. So what's nice with it is, if you're reading something in the King James, you're like, I'm just not really sure if I understand that. You could look at 2 or 3, 4, however many you want, different translations. It'll help you understand it. There's dictionaries, so you can look at words if you want to know what that word meant in the Bible. There's commentaries. What are commentaries? I'm doing an audio commentary, really, if you think about it. But there's people that have really studied it. Like that's all they, mainly these pastors and such, and scholars in it, and they give you their understanding of what they're reading. So it's really kind of cool. What else is? I think we kind of covered. Like I said, it's a free tool. Now, still, I think going back, I think you'll find it a blessing if you own at least one physical copy of the Bible, maybe a couple. It's up to you. Anyhow, I hope you found this helpful. If you Google search or whatever search engine you use, if you search the Sword Project, or if you search CrossWire Bible Society, it'll get you there to where you can download and you can see. And you might need a little bit of help with that. Just reach out to one of your computer friends. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help you. Hey, I hope you have a great day. I love you.